So Afroman is back in the news again, and we saw that we saw him when you know he had that court case and he beat those police and it went viral and everybody was talking about it. But now he's in the grease with the Mexicans out in California over the N-word. Now he recently did an interview where he was saying that he doesn't like black people, he doesn't like nobody using the N-word, right? He doesn't like the word, right? Man, these Mexicans are incensed, they angry. For telling them that they shouldn't be using the N-word. But check what he said in the interview.
Another thing I wanted to talk about too is I saw you don't say the N-word in your music. What kind of prompted that choice?
Well, first of all, the N-word is the most, I'm trying to find that word that's said in the dictionary. It's the most offensive word in the English language. I don't like being greeted with it. I don't address my brothers and sisters with it. Like, if you're on the Lakers, you're not going to say Lakers. Or if you're an Englishman, you're not going to walk around saying, hey, what's up, Limey? You know what I'm saying? If you're a Mexican, you're not going to walk around going, hey, what's happening? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel black people should disrespect the home team.
So if you actually watch the actual video, he's at, and you know, there's a lot of things that he talk about. I've seen him with them W women. I don't agree with that, right? But they still a black man in America. He's part of the lineage. It is what it is, right? And when I watched the whole video, he was calling black people to task too about using the word, right? So again, black people are outnumbered out there with the Mexicans. They're racist, worse than the damn near W, man. But
you know, I know in America, they hear it so much. Like if I had a bunch of give me a bunch of white kids.
All right,
they're all
here.
Yeah, they're all my. Give them to me as babies.
Here you go.
Right, all right. And when I see it, I say, I separate them from the older white people that love them. The older white people that's going to give them dignity and pride and say, hey, we're Americans. We're white people. I separate them from them people. And I got them over here in my little chicken coop. And I'm like, what are those little white kids going to grow up saying? And then they're going to shake. They're going to be like, what's up, my honky? Pride when they say it. Like, what's up, honky?
Yeah.
Innocent. And uninformed, because I done separated them from the people that will give them the dignity and pride to say that. So I'm thinking hundreds of years ago, the black people that couldn't speak English, nigga, sometimes I watch a movie, the slave would be like, it's you. You know, they don't know no better. They don't know they're the original man God created. They don't know they invented the pyramid. They don't know the Moors took knowledge to the Greeks and the Egyptians and the Moors brought knowledge to Spain and Europe. They don't know they're these intellectual people. All they know is what this guy that don't like them told them. That's my reason why I don't like the N-word. I don't think black people should call themselves that. I guess that's it.
So he's giving an explanation, and he's saying that if you take these W's as children and you program them to say, you know, all those words that he was using, right, then they would use those words with pride too. But then what you didn't tell them was give them the thorough knowledge of self. Tell them who they are, where they come from, that they are the original people when giving reference to us, right? And we say a lot of us going around using the N-word, but we don't know who we are as a people and what we've done globally, right? Globally, what we've done in this country, our achievements and our resistance. We don't really know that story, but we know the N-word, right? So that's basically what he's saying. As a brother historian, I can't be mad at that. He ain't saying nothing wrong. He's spot on in what he's saying, right? He's spot on. But you had Mexicans and some black people that took umbrage with this, man.
I guess growing up, and I grew up in what they call a diverse environment where it was used a lot. And I was always told that it was a way of reappropriating a word that was used to dehumanize the community. So it's like by using it ourselves, we're taking that power away.
Okay. All right. I'm going to piss on you. And I'm going to tell you it's raining. Is that rain just because I say it's rain? No, that's piss. I salute the brothers that tried that. And I understand, ain't nothing wrong. You know, like if I stick you with a pin, it's typical if you jump. I got to salute a brother that don't let the N-word hurt him. He use it. He get with him. Like, you can't hurt him like that. I salute that. At the same time, no.
Yeah. At what point in your life did you come to that conclusion?
I think when a Mexican walked up to me and said it, I didn't like it no more.
You've been back to LA in a while?
No, I left LA because of it. I didn't want to go to prison because it was too many people using the N-word that wasn't black, and I couldn't. So I knew I better leave before, you know.
Well, Mexicans in East LA don't typically say that.
A real Mexican don't say it. You got the, like, I don't know, whatever, like people hate us, but they imitate us. I'm gonna say that again. People hate us, but they imitate us. You know what I'm saying? My dad said black people invented low riding. He said it was like in the 50s. And he said black people used to wear zoot suits. He said black people, the black jazz musicians, used to wear zoot suits. And he said that, Mexicans that play the oldies, Motown, they play them now. They play them, like if I dig up Smokey Robinson, it won't be a picture of Smokey Robinson on YouTube. It'll be like 5 cholos standing there. And I'm trying to, when I pull up a Smokey Robinson video, that's how much they didn't like embraced and intercepted Motown and all of the classic soul oldies that black Americans made. You know what I'm saying? People hate us, but they imitate us. You know what I'm saying? So I was listening to that lefty guy talk. He was like, yeah, in the penitentiary, we got ours. We let the blacks know, like, you guys are over there, but we got ours. Oh, but when he gets out the penitentiary, he wants to rap like the black guys he wanted penitentiary.
And see, he getting flack because he's been calling them racist Mexicans out. Now, Lefty Gunplay, he'll talk that talk about what goes on in jail, how they don't got no problem pushing that knife, right? And brothers, but then they want to come out here and want to cosplay off our music and want to be around us, right? No, and they calling the hypocrisy out. Now, some will say, now this is the thing too. I want to correct people, and I want to even correct the brother Poet Flacco on this, right? Somebody make a statement and say, well, Mexicans don't want they women around other groups. They don't want their people around other groups, and so do blacks and so do whites. Let me tell you something. Black people was the most opening people to everybody. The only reason why we didn't want our people around in other groups because of the racism that we experienced, right? You guys are ingrained and teach racism. We wasn't taught racism by our parents. We was told, don't go around them people because they ain't no good. Because you guys are racist. It's 2 different dynamics working here, right? 2 different dynamics. That's why we always had a damn near all-inclusive society to our detriment, right? So now to the point where now he's telling them not to use the N-word and they're going crazy. But he caught flack because he talked about La Bamba and how La Bamba was created by a black person, right? The Afro-Mexicans out of Veracruz, right? Right? Alvaro Hernandez, and it came out of the slaves and the Africans that was there. Man, listen, that come out of Veracruz, not these Mexicans here, right? And they got real mad when he said that.
No, keep that same energy when you get out the penitentiary. No. Don't come over here using our rap music. You go over there and sing La Bamba. And a black dude wrote that from what I heard. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't mad at him. It's like just all that N-word using, and then the black people that give other races the green light to disrespect us. Like, California, I love my hometown, but it's a lot of stuff there, that I don't like. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back, but like I gotta live out in the desert. I need a whole lot of space, and I gotta drive around to my love. I just can't just be out with like random people drinking and just saying whatever, whatever.
But you feel like the popularity of the music is the driving force behind the appropriation of black forms.
I think brothers should have thought about it. I think NWA should have been brothers with an attitude.
Yeah.
Instead of, we all get it. I get it. We was all mad. And one time I called a girl and she turned around. She said, I'm going to show you you know what I'm saying? So like, I think a lot of black people kind of got that attitude like, oh, we some niggas? Okay. All right. We're going to show you some. We're going to burn all this. We're going to. And so they just running with that junk. But I think we should have just held on to the brothers. Because now, you got all kind of non-blacks just using the N-word and,
I don't know if they would have got the record deal if it was BWA.
They could have said F the police they would have got it.
You don't think that there was like a conscious agenda behind promoting some of these words on like a corporate entertainment level?
I'm sorry?
Do you think there was a conscious agenda like in promoting gangster rap in the 80s?
Yeah, but see, they can't promote what you don't do.
So after this, these Mexicans, the racist Mexicans and the gangbangers, right? Because y'all know the murder rate down there in Mexico and Salvador and Guatemala and all. We don't hold a candle to these people, right? They slaughter everything, even the plants and everybody, right? They went to social media and said this.
We've now got together and collectively decided that we will no longer listen to Afroman in 2026. Now, I understand for a lot of the 2000s and the 90s babies, everybody's like, no, but that fool was such a key part. Bro, if you guys go listen to his last interview, he was clearly against the raza. And personally, for me, I do have a problem with it because I used to listen to Code 45, 2 Zigzag, because I got, you know what I'm saying? Like, that fool was really, really a legend. But now in my eyes, it's crazy how the legends are starting to go out bad in 2026, my boy. Sometimes you're better off not even saying anything. As one of the
So now these people want to get violent, and I don't see where he disrespected Mexican people. All he did was talk. He gave historical narratives and told the people like how a TI is, right? But they mad, right? So now you got people coming out, right? You got people coming out where it says news and information, freedom of speech. Afroman is facing backlash from the Latino community after condemning Mexicans for their use of the freedom of speech during his Channel 5 interview. His remarks about Latino community and his rappers has sparked discussions online, right? It says something like Lefty Gunplay. Please, HB, check this out right here. Or do I need to go in, right, on Afroman, on OG Afroman, and put him in his place for disrespecting the Mexican people, right? Then somebody said Richie Valens didn't write La Bamba, right? When did we listen to Afroman? Then somebody said, y'all more mad at Afroman than the liberals trying to take you down. Every Cesar Chavez memorial ridiculous, right? And I agree with that. They ain't talking about that Cesar Chavez and what he was accused of and all the wild stuff he was doing. Because, listen, a lot of those cultures, man, the women are disrespected and abused. They abuse each other. But they look at us, and I'm not saying that's everybody because let me rephrase that because I don't like to put those narratives out because I don't like when people put those narratives out about my people, right? But everybody was looking at us as like the worst people, right? But in those cultures, in those countries, they got all kinds of atrocious things that go on, right? Afroman spoke up, and what he said was right. La Bamba was created by the Veracruz people, whose roots come from Africa. That's a fact. He didn't lie. And he's saying he don't want y'all using the N-word. What's the problem? When we already hear that the real Mexicans, the real head busters, they don't use it. So what's the issue? Oh, you want to talk bad about us, but then want to cosplay our culture. Man, it's just all this stuff is a joke. Y'all gotta let me know what y'all think. What's your opinion on Afroman in regards to this topic, right? What's your opinion on this, man? If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.